The sun is the signal that prepares us for ascension. And that's why the closer we get to ascension, the more solar activity we have and the more it affects us. Right now, we're being affected by X-class flares in a way that we would not have been affected 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And the reason is because our magnetic field is shrinking. And as the Earth's magnetic field gets weaker and weaker, it allows in more of the cosmic field. So every time the sun flares and the sun gets active, it activates us and prepares us for our higher alignment. It begins to melt the false matrix. So it starts to take the blinkers off. You start to be confronted with the people, with the things, with the truths, with the realities that you once ignored, suppressed, denied, pushed away. You start feeling clearer. But before the clarity comes, you can feel the confusion and you can feel like you're pushing against something because we're so attached to the false identity because it's the only identity that we know. What we're in the process of right now is nothing short of a miracle. You're living through a miracle and your body will still undergo the most miraculous transformations ever. The quicker you sink into the heart, the easier this becomes. The quicker you leave the mental plane that we were once born to be prisoners of and stuck inside of, because that's the limit of the false matrix. This is where it's active. The moment you drop down into the heart or you rise up into the crown, you're out of that bandwidth of control. So the false matrix right now is getting smaller. And as it gets smaller, it gets crazier. That's the thing that's worth noting. When it gets smaller, the people who are absolutely enslaved by the false matrix, they're going to be the ones that start acting out. They're going to be the ones that you look at and you go, good Lord, I watched this in the zombie movies and it's taking place right in front of me. You almost won't believe your eyes. You almost won't believe your ears because you're going to think to yourself, what level of depravity, what sickness is this that I'm seeing in humanity? Am I a part of this disease? It will affect many. And I call it a disease because it is a dis-ease of the mind. In other words, it is where that enslavement to the false matrix has taken hold to such a degree and that person has no way out. Are they therefore victims? Must we rush in and help them? No, this is the ascension journey, and you and I and everyone has been given ample opportunities to choose a higher alignment. Those who have not chosen the higher alignment, they're not the dummies and they're not the bad guys and they're not the victims either. They're enacting a soul choice to stay where they are. That is the false matrix in its final throes. There will be people who carry the false matrix right into the final moments of ascension.